Moving forward, we have amongst us Dr. Neeru Gali, founder and director of EdCosmo. She is amongst us to give you an insight into various career options that you might not have thought of. So parents, students, let's tap her knowledge and experience in the same. Ma'am.
So this is Balneet Kaur. I am a UNIS counselor with EdCosmo Education Advisor. Ram is here with us, Dr. Neeru Gali. She'll be also taking up the session and talking to you about all the application procedures and about study in. It's okay. So first of all, a big thank you to you, ma'am, principal ma'am, vice principal ma'am, the management of Smart Funders School, for providing us this opportunity to interact with these young, dynamic students and their wonderful parents. Thank you so very much. And let me start with our presentation without much ado. So, let me have. Okay. So we say, आपको दिख रहा है इधर? हाँ, दिख रहा है? क्या लिखा है? Do you agree? Career choices are life choices. How come career choices can be life choices? Life में तो बड़ी सारी choices होती हैं, right? So why career choices are life choices? So, see. On an average, when do we usually start working? Say around 23, 24, yeah? And we are going to, work maybe till 60 or more. That comes out to be around 30 to 35 years. Every day you'll be working for 7 to 8 hours. Now, when you are working this much, not only the time you are giving, but in your career, in your occupation, whatever you choose, you'll be meeting people around you, the kind of people you're meeting, the kind of atmosphere and kind of place where you'll be working, that will also be dependent upon that. You're on your career choice. If, say, you're an architect, you're working on site, you're working in your office also, right? Making those blueprints and all. And if you're a mechanical engineer, where are you working? Factories? Most of it? अगर आप एक कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर है तो कहाँ काम? IT companies. कैसे ऑफिस होने वाला?
With computers.
Just every time in front of the computers, right?
School is also with computers.
Right. So, the kind of people, the lifestyle, the place you'll be working, kind of dependent upon that. So, if it is such a big thing in your life, so we need to give a little thought of it to it, right? We need to have some information. It is a good idea to collect as much information as possible before starting or taking your decision, right? So, we have to do it right. So that is why I said, if I say career choices are life choices, do parents agree with me? I think so. I feel so they agree with me. Yes, and over a period of time, you people will also try and understand and figure out this. So we have to do it right. So how should we proceed with it? First of all is, तो आपने subjects decide करने हैं 10th के बाद में, है ना? So all those subjects have to be decided alongside. So when we are starting with the subjects and all, you have to not only talk about or think about your interest. You have to take into consideration your aptitude. You have to take into consideration your personality. Only then we should be selecting our subject. But the application procedure is different for different universities in India. It is different for different countries. So we need to know the application procedure, the applications and the admission procedures for different countries as well as India, so that we can decide onto our subjects. Even the subject choices are also dependent upon which course or which career you want to go into. So for India, do you know क्या करना होता है इंडिया में? अगर आपने हायर एजुकेशन में जाना है, आपकी 12th के मार्क्स इंपॉर्टेंट हैं कि नहीं है? है कि नहीं है? इतना धीरे से, थोड़ा जोर से. Yes. So they are important. Along with that, you need to go into and give some entrance examination. That is the main procedure that is followed, right? So if you are preparing for JEE, you need to give which exam? Everybody knows. JEE mains, and if you clear JEE mains and you are eligible, you give that, you cross that cutoff, you can appear for JEE Advanced. JEE Advanced is for which college? IIT. IIT का full form पता है किसी को? Yes, Indian Institute of Technology. And if you are going for architecture, then you have to appear for NATA. You have to appear for JEE paper 2. Right? Do you know even IITs have architecture? Even IITs have architecture, and for that what you have to do is you have to clear JEE Advanced. After that you have to appear for an architecture examination which is conducted by IIT, and then you can go into an architecture college either in IIT Roorkee or in Kharagpur. If medicine, we have to give NEET, and it is only for MBBS, or it is for BAMS, BHMS, and also for nursing, also for veterinary sciences. So all these. Design के बारे में किस-किसको पता है? Who all are designers out here? No? No one? No one? कि अभी अंदर के अंदर अभी सोचा नहीं है और अभी बताना नहीं है, अभी पेरेंट्स को बाद में बताएंगे, हाँ? So if you want to be a designer, there is UI UX field, there is product design, there is industrial design. You have to clear and appear for different examinations. USEED examination, these courses are usually taken for IITs. USEED is for IITs. IITs offer different design programs. NIFT is for National Institute of Fashion Technology. NID, DAT is for National Institute of Design, and also for, do you know, here PEC का नाम सुना सभी ने? PEC में भी engineering course है और design है. Even PEC is offering design courses, that is bachelor's in design courses, and this particular design courses, they take into account in this NID score or UC score. Right? So then law, everybody knows there is CLAT examination, that is law कौन सा वाला? 12th के बाद कि graduation के बाद? After 12th. And there is BA LLB, there is BCom LLB, and also there is BSc LLB, and BSc LLB is BSc Cyber Security LLB. Right? So all those, then we have hotel management. Have you heard of IPM? Integrated Program in Management, that is BBA MBA course, which is for IIMs, which are conducted in IIMs. So that is one particular course that you can apply for through this particular entrance examination. ये तो सारे हो गए professional. These are not, these are not an exhaustive list. There's not many other, but अभी I think so everybody has heard about CUET as well. सुना? Yeah, CUET is Common University Entrance Examination, which is for any of the colleges and of the universities which are of central importance. PEC नहीं लेता है CUET का score, DU लेता है, right? Mumbai University लेती है CUET का score. But CUET score is not just enough. Your 12th marks are equally important. अगर आप ऐसे सोच रहे हो कि अभी हम CUET का एग्जाम देना है, तो 12th के मार्क्स की तो इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं है. Last year तक they used to take CUET 20% and 80% was your 12th. Right? So that kind of what I want to tell you is even your studies here, जब आप अभी पढ़ रहे हो, and the more you will move forward, everything is very important. Right? So this is what I wanted to tell you about something about the Indian system. Now I just request Dr. Neeru to start with the system abroad for various application procedures. And
hello everyone. Baljeet has been talking about the Indian system. We are aware of a couple of tests, and there are few tests like USEED and all those things might be new to a few of you. And many tests happen, university specific. I am going to cater to international testings. What different things things are required if you are interested in studying abroad and in India for the liberal arts universities. The first and foremost is academics. This is the let's say the most important aspect. Whatever you do, in whichever college, whichever program, the shunting process basically happens with your academics, and the first and foremost is high school grades. So high school grades starts from 9th onwards. So grade 10, super important for all of you. Get up, pull up your socks and get great marks in your grade 10. And 11th and 12th are also very important if you're applying for abroad universities. And I'll let you know what exactly, which scores, which class scores are going to go for every country specific. Then we have standardized tests. Normally हम सोचते हैं कि marks आ गए हैं, IELTS देंगे और हम चले जाएंगे. ऐसे नहीं होता है. So it is only for those small colleges which we talk about. When we're talking about good colleges, you're talking about, let's say, University of Toronto in Canada, or you're talking about the Ivy Leagues, you're talking about Oxford, Cambridge, LSE. All these, University of Melbourne, any big university would require few more things apart from your scores and your IELTS, and that is the SAT or the ACT. SAT is more, SAT or ACT can be taken either, they have equal weightage. It has English and maths component. It is conducted 5 times in a year. So you can decide which test to take according to your timeline. कि अगर midterms हैं या कोई exams चल रहे हैं, which is when are you best prepared, take those tests. So then the second thing is advanced placement tests. These are subject specific tests. जैसे हम IIT में जब हम physics, chemistry, maths के लिए हम पढ़ाई करते हैं, medicine के लिए हम physics, chemistry, bio करते हैं, those guys also need to know, are you competent enough to get into the international pool? So these are AP tests conducted in various subjects. इसकी importance इसलिए है कि अगर आप ये clear कर रहे हैं, like you're getting 5 on 5 or you're getting 4 on 5, आपको credits मिलते हैं. That means there are few students of ours जो 4 years का program in USA for undergrad they have done in 3.5 years. उन्होंने 6 months के credits by taking these AP tests they've taken. They've taken, suppose a child is wanting to do economics. So there is microeconomics AP, there is a macroeconomics AP, there is stats AP, there is calculus BC AP. So अगर आपने ये करनी है बच्चों ने, so you can skip those classes or you can get scholarship based on these tests. And these tests are conducted in the month of May. So children start preparing right from grade 10 onwards to appear for these AP tests where you can not only get admissions in the top league but also get scholarships and also get credits. So we do advise students to prepare themselves academically, the rigorous programs which you can do during high school to get all these things. And remember, we had students doing this and getting scholarships from Ashoka University, and that's a huge thing.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Well, advanced placement test के लिए अपनो bachelor वास्ते और master degree दोनों वास्ते देने
नहीं, सिर्फ bachelor's वैसे है.
only bachelor.
Still bachelor's, like not for masters, but for masters there are GRE subject tests. Yes, those are different tests. So for bachelor's, we advise these tests. Whichever, if the child is capable, why not get into the best of the universities? Why not get the scholarships? And remember, these AP tests are not mandatory. They are not required by any university. But if taken these tests, you get into the top leagues, right? And a lot of students from Chandigarh are taking. A lot of our students have taken these tests. And TOEFL and IELTS, you all know, very well aware of these tests. Now you are applying to universities and you are almost 90% के ऊपर अगर एक college ने apply कर दिया है, तो how are they going to assess कौन कैसा है? So this is where profile is required, profile building which we stress for students कि आपकी ऐसी profile होनी चाहिए so that the admission officer is impressed by your application. So in profile you need to have leadership leadership skills. You need to have holistic development. You have to show your team spirit also. Just not being a leader. I, me, myself might not suffice. They need team spirit as well. And obviously intellectual stimulation. Now we guide students for two things. Remember in your profile. One is co-curricular activities. Co-curricular है जो आप games खेल रहे हैं या you are debating, you are doing any social initiative, or you are playing guitar or music, whatever. These are co-curricular activities. And we advise students that whatever you are doing in school, whatever, keep continuing doing that. 10th class is super important, we all know that. But आपका बच्चा अगर YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat में half an hour spend कर रहा है, rather spend on building your profile. If you're planning for international admissions, if you're planning for liberal arts universities, so it's a great idea to spend at least half an hour in grade 10, maybe on a weekend, to build your profile related to the program which you want to get into in your majors. And there is something concept called supercurriculars. I know this would be a new word for you all. So co-curricular are extra activities, but supercurricular means whichever field, bachelor किसमें करना है. Suppose you are wanting to do computer science, so your supercurricular will be making some app, making some website. If you're wanting to do English, you can be writing poetry, you could be blogging, journalism, you published a book. So these are supercurriculars, that means related to the program which you are going to get into, you should be showing your interest to the admission officer. And that will help a lot. In basically all these things will help you draft your essays well. So in USA, we kind of plan up writing like 25 to 30 answers, different questions and statement of purposes. Now the admission officer is not meeting any one of you, is not. He is listening, he's reading your essays, he's seeing your activities, he's seeing your scores. So you have to impress the admission officer with your essays. And writing skills are again very important for your applications and how they have to be unique. ChatGPT से हम नहीं generate कर सकते essays. आजकल उनके पास भी copy leaks वगैरह होते हैं. System to assess plagiarism, to see AI generated essays. ये भी एक issue आ गया. This is the new age issue which we are facing. So very important to consider your essays, how unique you can be with your experiences which you had in high school. वो सब count होते हैं. Okay? Now I have just told you the basics, and if any one of you is interested in USA would need your school grades, the SAT. Now SAT कईयों में compulsory है, and some are optional, test optional or test blind. Majorly they are wanting to have your SAT. You need to take advanced placement test to get into the best of them, but it is not a requirement. Not a requirement, but it will enhance your academic profile. TOEFL, co-curriculars, essays and interviews. Interestingly, the interviews are alumni interviews. Not all universities will take, but only few. Only the alumni will talk to you. That's a very interesting part of US. So different and unique. So this is something which you need to know about USA. UK is a bit different. They will look into your grade 10 and predicted scores. पढ़ाई फिर भी करनी है हमने 9th के नहीं ले रहे हैं, 11th के नहीं ले रहे हैं. उनको पता है जो इंडियन सिस्टम है 9th में हम रिलैक्स हैं, 10th में सारी बड़ी मेहनत करते हैं, बड़े अच्छे स्कोर्स आ जाते हैं. फिर ग्रेड 11 में सारे रिलैक्स हैं, बहुत थक गए हैं और फिर क्लास 12 के लिए हम मेहनत करते हैं. So they are more interested in your board results, UK. So UK guys, they know, they understand as well. so they want to see.
They have given us the system. They have given us the system.
Yes. So they need grade 10 and they need predicted scores. जब हम predicted scores मतलब कि आपके grade 12 में applications हो रही हैं, आपके पास grade 12 के scores नहीं हैं. So you are basically applying in grade 12 in the month of July, August, शुरू हो जाती है applications. So wherever you are taking your grade 11 and 12, so the school are going to see your performances and then probably give your predicted scores. And they need IELTS, UK is more interested in IELTS, and supercurriculars. What I was saying, ki major related projects, this is what they want to see. obviously it is not that we are ignoring extracurriculars, those things go in the letter of recommendations. But in the essay, it's great to have your interest, your projects, showing it to the admission officer. Hello, I've done all this. I mean, you know, I want to be in your school and I'm the best fit and the best program that I'm applying to. So let them judge you by your stellar activities and stellar essays. So UK needs only one essay and you have 4,000 characters. उसी में ही हमने admission officer को impress करना होगा, right? And then you have interviews. These are academic interviews. Not all universities take, not all programs. Only Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial kind of universities would be taking academic interviews and testing. And again, SAT, ACT, APs are optional. They are not required, not at all. But if you have taken, we have seen students getting admissions. So that's an important aspect. And subject-specific exams, which you see, these are mainly by Oxford and Cambridge. So you have to prepare yourself. Now, while we are taking this session, it's basic, you have to gear yourself right from grade 10 onwards. What you are interested in so that your profile is set before your applications start, along with your academics of grade 10. Canada is a happy mix of US and UK. They need all these. You've already understood. And we recently had students from University of Toronto and UBC getting a scholarship worth 35 lakhs to 50 lakhs. And that's a huge amount by the students of Chandigarh by taking all these tests and taking all these competitive exams. Competitive exams. It's just not IELTS what we are talking. We are talking about the big leagues. So when you are going to those universities, your placements will be according to that. Australia wants only board results. They're clear that we need your board results and your scores, obviously, and your IELTS scores. And Australia, ये दोनों ऐसे ही करते हैं. And Singapore is more on US pattern, remember. Singapore is wanting, more interested in TOEFL. They're more interested in SAT, ACT, and there is also a column for all those big universities, those 3 universities, if you have any Olympiad. I mean, no other country would ask, but these guys need to know how nerdy you are. And along with your nerdiness, what all you've done in your profile. So it's an important aspect to it's nice to have awareness sessions like these. I'm really grateful for the management to have you all this session because the children should be aware. It's one kind of a talk. You'll be Googling what is required in which country. So it's important to you to understand कि हमने कैसे तैयारी करनी है. It starts from grade 9 onwards. You start preparing your child for the best fit program and to the best fit college. And now again we have, Balit had a word about Indian system of testing, but there are few universities in India, those are liberal arts universities, like Ashoka, Flame, OP Jindal, Plaksha, Kriya, they all have come. They are more on Western concept. So they also love having these testing, the supercurriculars, the essays, the interviews, and they do have university-specific tests. But few universities, if you've taken SAT, they might even waive off your university-specific tests. So these things help. अगर आपने नहीं दिया इसमें से कुछ नहीं, तो there is no big deal. You can appear for their own tests. उनके अपने tests होते हैं. So you pay for them, but they do have essays, they do have interviews where they try to gauge you, they want to see your personality. So how to maximize your chances? First of all, decide what you want to be. You need to decide whether you want to become an entrepreneur 10 years down the line, you want to get into research, you want to get into academia, you want to have a corporate life. So this is the first and foremost at this stage to decide what exactly you want to do. And then decide where to go to college, like you want to go to study in India. Is it a JEE that you want to do, NEET or CLAT or liberal arts universities in India, or you want to go abroad, then you need to, this is obviously a family decision, कि हमने कहाँ पढ़ाई करनी है, बैचलर्स कहाँ से करने हैं, मास्टर्स कहाँ से करने हैं. So it's a collective decision. Decide your program of study. So हमने engineering करना है, medicine करना है, what design करना है, या luxury management करना है, whatever you want to do, that program has to be decided, preferably in grade 10 itself, so that you can select your subjects accordingly in grade 11. कई बार ऐसे होता है, you want to do BSc psychology, and remember maths becomes an important aspect in grade 11. So few universities would not even give you psychology as a subject if you've not taken maths. Okay, so it's an important thing to be considered in grade 10, and then obviously this is long way to go. You have to prepare your applications and your essays and submit the applications. So right now you all need to gear up, as your principal and vice principal has been advising, to focus on your academics, to focus on lateral thinking, out of the box, no boxes, everything has to be considered in grade 10 to get scores, and definitely, and other things which I have advised. I think all those who want to focus on those universities, half an hour in a week goes a long way in preparation. And thank you so much. If you have any queries, I'm here to answer.
ਸਾਈਕੋਲੋਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਸਰ? ਸਾਈਕੋਲੋਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਵੀ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਠੀਕ ਰਹੇਗਾ? +1 +2 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਬਜੈਕਟ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਠੀਕ ਰਹੇਗਾ?
Psychology, it's a great idea to have humanities, any subject, but if you are planning, let's say, Canada, then most of the universities would want maths. BA Psychology you might get, and Queen's University, तो BA Psychology भी नहीं दे रही maths के बिना. It's a great idea, maybe not take the regular maths, take the basic maths. It's a great idea to take that, but otherwise humanities is great.
+1 +2 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਥ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ?
Yes, it's a nice idea to take, but if you feel that maths is not a forte and wants to do, then obviously other universities are there for BA Psychology in Canada. That's not an issue. But one thing I want to add for psychology is a licensed degree. We've seen great problems with children going in masters, because over there psychology is invariably 4 years program. They want dissertation, they want stats in your bachelor's, which Indian universities lack that program. So if it is psychology, it's a great idea to go right to bachelor's itself. Yes.
What would it take to get it?
पंतों को बता दो
What?
For getting into F1?
वो तो कुछ नहीं करूँगा बताइए
F1 visa.
Sir, you have a question. Excuse me.
Formula is you need to, first of all, great, you need to.
First, you need to get a driving license.
I want to become a developer, not a developer.
So mechanical engineering would be a great thing. You want to make cars? Automobile engineering, automobile engineering can be a specialization in mechanical engineering or a separate program also. So at times you have specializations in mechanical engineering to get into automobile.
Check the university.
Yes.
They are offering
Which course? Yes.
I have a question. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Just in case we are interested or the parent is interested for CLAT, so what are the subjects she must be taking for +1 for CLAT?
For CLAT, any subject will do. There is no any subject the child can take for CLAT, but it is up to the child. If he wants to take up humanities, so maybe any of the related subjects, pol science and sociology, would be a good idea to take.
So no specific
As such,
subject.
for eligibility, no subject. But
should see the
Yes.
That's an entrance for law.
that is entrance,
based
but-
on, I think, history, political science. So,
yeah, but if your child wants to go for BSc in cybersecurity, then makes sense to take up sciences.
but sir is asking for the CLAT exam, I guess.
If for the CLAT entrance exam,
For the entrance of this class.
entrance examination, any subject.
No
will do.
specific
No
subject is
specific.
for it.
But there is a paper based on constitution, I guess. Yeah. So I think political science and legal studies would be a very good option. So in that case, that subject is a must. Over and above, see what the interest what is of your child's interest. So you can go with history, geography, or maybe
Humanities would be a good option to
Yes,
choose, and then we can choose the subjects.
Science students also can appear. They can also do. Yes.
So, if I can ask,
Yes, if science
If
students
it is
also do.
BSc LLB,
Yeah.
so if it's BBA LLB, commerce will help. If it is BA LLB, humanities will help. But as ma'am said, legal studies and political science and history, I think makes a lot of sense.
Clearing
Yes.
the entrance. I think right now your
About the entrance only, yeah. I just want to know about that. That is, if I'm not wrong, it is taken after +2, right?
Yes, 12th class.
Yeah,
Class
after
12.
12th.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's
Class
what I want.
12. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can only suggest that the best part is when your children are in a CBSE school. So every entrance basis is 10th and 12th of CBSE. So if your child wants to do CLAD also, just pick up so if your child is not taking, history, political science and a science student, but the child should just pick up the NCERT book of political science and of course know his 10th history and social studies, and there is no problem. So that is the best part about CBSE. It gives the children information about everything. So a little bit about everything, and that is what happens in a test, entrance test. Whereas the other boards give a lot of emphasis on a few concepts, but then those children have to prepare a lot for the entrance test. So as long as they want to go to CLAD, any subjects like ma'am said, but obviously the constitution, which is political science, which they are learning from class 6 onwards as civics, has to be something that they're good at. So again, what ma'am said, Neeru Bali ma'am said, it's not just about the marks, it's about the aptitude. So if you have an aptitude towards that, then obviously you would have a logical mind, you would have been in discussions, you would be political, into political science and civics. So you need to see the child's interest also.
Thank you.
Ma'am, एक doubt. And then if I take medical and after +2 I go out in Canada, so what is the procedure?
Okay, very important.
Good question. If you've taken medical, remember they are again looking at maths. Canada has fixation for maths. So you will land up doing a BA course, BA psychology. They will not let you do bio also without maths. Very important for all of you to understand. Medicine you cannot do directly in USA and Canada. It's a graduate program. You will have to do undergrad in any of the programs. It could be pre-med, it could be bio, psychology, neurosciences, anything. And then you appear for MCAT and go for medical school. Okay? But if you are planning to do your undergrad in Canada and you've taken up medical subjects, do take up maths. That will help you, otherwise you will get fixed. Have a problem with applications.
Yes.
Same question stands for if I want my child to pursue law in outside India, abroad somewhere. So
Yeah.
it stands true for that also?
No.
Any subjects?
No, it is if you're planning, let's say, law outside. Law in UK, you can go direct.
Okay.
So you can take any subject, any humanities. They are not concerned. You should have good score. And you have to clear a test called LNAT for few universities. And few universities will be without LNAT for UK. But if you're planning for, let's say, Canada or US, you have to do undergrad and then appear for LSAT. And that's a graduate school again.
So subjects for, suppose I'm planning for US, law in US for my child.
Yes.
And for that she needs to have some specific subjects and plus for the student.
No,
Any
no,
subjects, no?
then no.
Any subject.
Then
Political, that
you're
same
cool.
thing.
Then you can do whatever you want to.
They
Offer interest
want
and she wants.
different kind of subjects.
Yes.
They want
Right.
knowledge in different subjects.
Thank you.
Even CBSE also has come up now. So even humanities children can go take biology now. Even non-medical student can take legal studies as a subject. So this is now part of CBSE system.
Thank you.
Yes.
Ma'am, I want to talk about my son. He's doing +1 non-medical, but he's more interested in theatre. He's doing formal training also in theatre. So I wanted to ask you, after +2, what are the options available for him abroad and in India? in filmmaking. Not just the theatre, I want him to do the complete package. I want to make a complete package.
Okay. So we did have students from Chandigarh who have done theatre from UC San Diego. So it's a proper process. If you're planning for US kind of a thing where there are different.
I want to tell you, I'm not planning, but I want to know all the options available. Then we'll decide.
Ma'am has her, this Ed Cosmo, and we will give you the number. You should have an interaction with ma'am in her office, and she will be able to guide you better.
Mom is ex-student of FESTA.
I know that. I know you are our parents. I know that. However, this, where we are specifically now looking at a child, and he's already in a level. So these children are sitting here. So you need to, because that's why ma'am has come here.
So I'll ask about.
So I think you all know that there are no free lunches in this world. Yes.
That's right.
So she's here for these children, and the additional lunch that you want, you have to go to her office.
So that's fine. Talking about my daughter, she's great artist. We can say that. But if I see her scores, she scores more in science and maths. But otherwise, she designs a lot of things. She's a perfect baker at this age. So she makes paintings. She makes a lot of things out of waste. Matlab, she's not able to decide what to do.
Yes, so such students.
Where is that child? Please stand. Yes, please stand. Let's give her a big round of applause. The perfect baker and painter and logical thinker. Yes.
So
you can't decide.
So it's a good
number.
So very important for such children to have an aptitude test and talk it out and discuss. You know, a couple of discussions are important to get into the right program. Sometimes those hobbies have to be converted into a profession, or she's into logical thinking as well, or get into a main profession and take those as hobbies. So those have to be considered. So it's a nice idea to take an aptitude test and discuss it.
This uncertainty with everybody, I guess.
Where to take these aptitude
We can help you out.
That is why they're here, ma'am. That's why they're here. So that's why I'm saying that this is just a very general discussion for awareness with you guys, so that we all know that they are, people who are career counselors. So we are associated with ma'am. We trust her. So in case you need more advice and specific advice, and actually we all do. We all do. So you should go to her and get your professional advice. Yes, ma'am.
What's the right time to take the aptitude test? Like after 10?
Grade 10 is a great idea.
After 10?
No, in grade 10.
During 10.
By November, December, the process to take admission in class 11 will start. So
that's the best time to take. Absolutely.
Excuse me, ma'am, I have a doubt. So I'm more into sciences like chemistry, bio, and physics. So I want to do medicine in India. So will maths be taken into consideration?
No, you don't need. You're lucky, Lisa. Don't need.
India is a good country.
It's a great
country to stay and study and work.
Yes.
It gives us a lot, so we should give it back. Yes. So I would like to add just one more thing, ma'am. Of course, you'll continue. So ma'am was talking for these tests. She used the word ACT. Yes? ACT test.
SAT or ACT.
Yes. So let me just give you this piece of information. I'm sure you are aware of it. That this school is the only center in the north of India which conducts that test, by the way. Yeah, thank you, sir. I'm waiting for the applause. The next center is in Delhi. We are conducting the ACT since the past 3 years. 3 years?
3 years.
Yes, my facts are correct.
Yes, yeah. So it's a great thing.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity.
We have the center, and here Sumit is standing right here. We have multitasking people who helps conduct the test. That's why I've been chatting with them to kind of get my facts again right before I share them with you. So we've been, I think all the teachers also know, we tell them ACT हो रहा है, तो क्या हो रहा है? यही हो रहा है. हल्ला नहीं करना है, बाहर से लोग आ रहे हैं. Our computers are state of the art because we are conducting the ACT test. So before they give that license. We are the only one in the whole of North India who have the privilege of conducting the ACT test for everyone. Right? So as in when our children want, of course they just have to walk into Smart Wonder School. Isn't that great? Yes, because I'm not aware of it that way. Yes, but
SAT is more popular.
we all talk about it.
We should ask ma'am
Yes.
actually why SAT is more
But now
popular
it's not anymore, ma'am. ACT is better than SAT.
Yeah, ACT if you are a logical reasoning, scientific reasoning, and you're serious, ACT is equally taken as SAT.
Is it after plus 2? ACT ka I'm not very sure of.
Yeah, ACT is
for the American colleges.
For the
American colleges and for Indian as well.
Okay, for the
Yes.
So anything that's good for America is good for India.
Yeah.
But what is good for India might not be good for America. So ACT is the American colleges test.
Indians have also started.
You can, if you take an
They are
ACT,
taking these grades also for admission.
yeah, if you take an ACT, you can apply anywhere in the world.
It is after plus 2.
After 10th also.
We advise that the 11th and
After 10th also, after 12th also.
Children appear
Both.
in when they are in class 11, they appear. That is also same.
Yes,
That
same.
also and ACT.
Ma'am, I had a doubt. Ma'am, if I had to take law but I want to take it abroad, which colleges are the best that I should take?
Then you should try for UK because our constitution is so much similar to UK. So I would prefer UK because you land up wasting a lot of time in US and Canada, and it's a great idea to do in UK. So UK there are a lot of good universities, Right. Thank you so much. You've been a lovely audience. Lovely questions.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And ma'am has been conducting this session for the past 4 years. During COVID, I think he is conducting our session.
Ma'am was joining us online also. So our children were getting career counseling online. Thank you so much. Thank you. I would like to when I met you guys, I would have got the right advice.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, dear parents. Let's proceed for the refreshment. It's outside the AV hall. Thank you so much for your presence. Students,